What's going on, beautiful people? You are tuning in to Life with Zayy. Welcome back, beautiful people. This is your boy Agniti from New York City. So this time around, well, first I want to just thank everyone again for tuning into my podcast from the beginning. I love you guys so much, and I appreciate you rocking with me, giving me good feedback and all that good stuff. So today I'm going to be discussing bullying. Yeah, guys, I went through it when I was young. I went through a lot of bullying, and I'm here to share my stories. So, first, let me just say that anyone out there who has been bullied, please know that you're not alone. Please know that a lot of people are insecure with who they are, and they feel like they have to tear other people down in order for them to feel better. And it's not okay, but that's just how people operate. So in my case, I was always bullied for my sexual orientation, as you guys should already know. But I feel like I was one of the strongest people to overcome this because, I've read so many stories about other people being bullied and, they've been hurting themselves, running away, committing suicide, and it's really shocking, and it's actually upsetting because I think it's really sad to see people that's part of my community feel like they have to take their lives because they just can't take the pain anymore. And you know what? Come to think of it, I really think it's a little deeper than that. Because I feel like when you are getting bullied at school or anywhere, and you kind of don't really have anyone to confide in, it gets to a point to where you can't even take the pain anymore, and you just feel like you need to take your life because that's the only right thing to do. And I don't think it's right for anyone to feel that that is the only way to get away from the pain, get away from the hurt, get away from the depression. And I personally feel like if those people who have committed suicide had someone to be there for them, then they would still be here to this day. And what's really upsetting even more is by people committing suicide, they don't realize that they're hurting their family. They don't realize that they're hurting people that they care about, that really care about them. And I really feel like they don't think about any of that. They just think that the world would be a better place without them, and that's not how they should think, because everyone is welcomed in this world. Now, you may not feel that way, but you are welcomed in this world, no matter what anyone has to say about you. And just know that you are accepted. You may not be accepted by everyone, but you are accepted. And there's people out here who love, care about you, and want to see you progress. And for those people who don't, they don't deserve to be in your life. So you just cut them off, stay away from those people, and always think positive. And if they ever try to get in your personal space or try to bring you down, you show them why you are who you are. And that's the end of it. Now let's get into this Kool-Aid and Ciroc. All right, so bullying was very difficult. Like dealing with bullying, it was very difficult. I felt like, as much as I wanted to say that it wasn't bothering me, it really was. And looking back at it, I wish I just owned up to the fact that I didn't like being bullied and I should have spoke up more, and probably things would have been a little bit more different. But then again, I probably wouldn't be the person I am today if I didn't go through it. So I guess it has its pros and cons. So when I was in high school, um, there was these group of people all the time, all the time, and they would always tease me, and they would always call me a faggot or gay or look at that gay guy over there, just anything in the book that would try to hurt my feelings. And it wouldn't bother me, at least at school. Now, when I was at home, that was a different story. So I remember when I was in gym class and I had, unfortunately, one of those guys who teased me was in my gym class, would always tell people don't hang out with him, he's gay, he's gonna try to touch you sexually, and all types of crazy mess. And I used to show him that I never cared, but deep down inside, it really did bother me. And, it kept happening and happening till I guess he realized I didn't really show any emotions, or I wasn't reacting the way he wanted me to react. So eventually he did stop, but I feel like he got other people to do it because he was tired of it. So he wanted me to break down and fight and act crazy, but he wasn't getting that out of me. None of them were. I was at school to get my education and do what I gotta do. I wasn't there to fight everybody who talks about me, because that's not why I'm here. That's not why I was brought into the world. Now, I know some people who like to fight, who like to make their mark and, whatever, but that's not me. I have to defend myself when I have to, but I'm not going to, fight people because they talk about me. Like, for what? You will not believe, guys, how many fights there were in high school because of someone talking about them. Like, it's so ridiculous. But that's neither here nor there. Now, it made me feel so unimportant in life. Like, it made me question, why am I even here? Like, do I have a purpose? Why is it that I'm the only one getting bullied about me being gay? Why is no one else going through this? And I really felt like my emotions were getting the best of me to the point to where I didn't know what to do at some point. And I kid you not, guys, I literally would go home from school, I would do my homework, take a shower, and I would go right to bed. I kid you not. Like, it was so draining that I just didn't want anyone to see me. And I did that for probably a week or two. And I just felt like I didn't need to be here. And if someone was to take my life, I probably would have been okay with that, And I hate that I was thinking that way, but you guys have to understand when you are getting bullied and you feel like you don't have no one, what can you do? What can you think? How are you supposed to feel, And once I started to get myself back together and realize that I do have a purpose, and I started to kind of think about what I wanted to do before I did it, I realized that, you know, you only live once. And I don't want to take my life because I feel like that would hurt people who really care about me, like my mom and other people in my family. So at the end of the day, I'm not going anywhere and I'm here to stay. And that's just how it is. So the outcome of this story was that a few months ago, I want to say July, I came across, okay, so I was scrolling on Instagram, and you know how you go on your search bar and it shows like an explore page, and what it does is it'll show you like other pages based off of who you follow or the stuff you like. Yeah. So I happened to come across his Instagram, the same guy who was bullying me and torturing me and all that. And what happened was I decided to just go on his Instagram, and I started scrolling, and I noticed that he was holding hands with this other guy. So I'm like, okay, that's a little interesting. So I scrolled a little more, and I seen that him and that same guy were kissing in a picture. Now, I'm sure you guys are thinking, did I say something petty? Did I, you know, write something shady? Did I go off on him? Did I do anything malicious? No, that's not what I did. What I did was I liked those two pictures. I commented and I said, I am so glad that you're living your truth. I'm glad that you found someone that makes you happy, and I wish you guys nothing but the best. That's all I said. And I kept it moving. Not even 2 minutes later, he followed me and he DM'd me. And he pretty much was so apologetic about how he treated me, what he said. And the truth is that he was so upset that he couldn't live his truth, and the fact that I was able to live mine, that bothered him. So he wanted to bring me down because he wasn't happy with who he was. So that kind of touched my heart, and it kind of made me look at him differently. And again, I didn't say anything malicious. I didn't come for him. I didn't do anything wrong. All I said was, I appreciate you reaching out to me. I appreciate you acknowledging what you did. And I'm definitely happy that you came to me and just decided to say what went wrong between us, And I couldn't be more happy, And from then on, we, you know, like each other's pictures and all that other stuff. But, it's crazy how he was bullying me and torturing me and making me feel like less of a man because of my sexual orientation. And in reality, he's the same way. We're part of the same community. Like, we could have been real cool this whole time, But, what happened happened. That was the past. I'm moving forward, and so is he. And that's that story. So Now, I've never got into a fight because of bullying because I always ignored it. So people would talk about me like across the room in the class or far away from me. It was never to my face. And I think that's why a lot of people eventually left me alone because I didn't care. Yes, I kept getting bullied for a while, but eventually those people stopped. And I think it was mainly because I was tall, so people probably thought I was intimidating, but I don't know. But in reality, they would bully me, and when they seen that I didn't care for all that time, they were like, okay, let me just leave him alone. But eventually, other people came in and was bullying me for the same reasons of my sexual orientation. And it's just like, bro, leave me alone. I'm clearly not bothered. I'm clearly here to get my education, get involved, and go home. Like, I don't care what you have to say. As long as you don't get in my personal space or if you don't put your hands on me, we will not have a problem, you know? And I'm really proud of myself for that because I didn't fight at all throughout my whole 4 years of high school. And, you know, I felt like at some point I was gonna break, but I didn't. I always walked away and I always ignored it because at the end of the day, it wouldn't prove a point if I fought them because of what they were saying. And you know, usually when people bully you, it's because they're insecure about something and they want to put other people down to make themselves feel better. That's just how it is. So I really think that it was best for me to always pray and really think about why I'm here. That's really what kept me going. Because had I not been doing those two things, I probably would have snapped a long time ago. Or I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you guys. And again, I'm so proud of myself. And a lot of people tell me they're proud of me too. And I'm sure you guys are going to be like, wow, I never knew you went through this. But yeah, it's real. I went through some stuff in life. And you want to know something, guys? It still affects me to this day. Not as much as it used to, but it still affects me to this day. Only because I really don't want anyone to feel like how I felt, you know, and unfortunately, there are people out there who felt that way and committed suicide, but it just goes to show you that I'm human, you know, I go through things, and I just think that if I hadn't gone through this, I wouldn't be the person I am today. And I take bullying so personally because, again, I'll always think about what I've been through. And I never would want to put someone through that same struggle because I would be devastated and I don't even know how I would be able to move forward if I bullied someone to the point to where they were hurting themselves or they ran away or they committed suicide. You know, it's just not okay. So I am doing a lot better, but I can't say that I don't think about it because I do. And I'm sure that there are people out there who can see where I'm coming from and understand where I'm coming from. And I'm a work in progress, guys. Like, I think about so much in life, to from negatives to positives, and sometimes my emotions get the best of me, but I'm learning to really keep myself busy and think about the positive things that I have going on, and that's what keeps me going, along with having my loved ones in my life, people who uplift me, motivate me, check on me, and want to see me do great in life. That does mean a lot. And I show the same love back. Now keep that fake love away from me because I don't got time. But I really am happy for myself because again, I don't know what I would have done if I allowed the negative stuff to make me believe that I don't belong here, or that I shouldn't be gay, you know? And the truth is, God made me this way, and I'm proud of it. And again, anyone who doesn't accept me, stay away from me because I'm not doing anything that affects your life. Why is it that who I choose to be with, who I choose to sleep with, bothers you so much? Did you guys ever ask yourself that? Or is it the fact that you can't live your truth because of what others might say to you? Yeah, that's probably it. But you know what? Everyone has their own reasons why they can't live their truth, and that's fine. But I don't judge you, you know? So why are you judging me? That just doesn't make sense. Just because you can't live your truth doesn't mean you should put other people down. That's just not okay. But hey, as long as I stay true to myself and do what I need to do, then that's all that matters. Period. Before I go, I just want to give some advice to anyone who is currently being bullied, has been bullied, or even know anyone who has been bullied. It's very important to talk to someone. It's not okay to hold how you feel inside all the time. You have to be able to trust someone, because if you allow people to say all those crazy things about you, negative things about you, you're gonna kind of start to believe it. And eventually, your emotions will get the best of you, and you will do something that you cannot come back from. And if you can talk to someone who will give you good advice or even just listen to you, then I feel like things will turn around for you. Instead of doing what I did and holding how I felt inside all the time. Because, again, I felt like if I kept hiding how I felt for a long period of time, I don't know if I would have been here. And I had to pray and remain optimistic and just keep thinking positive. And now it's to the point to where, yes, I know how to handle bullying, but if I had done the stuff I'm telling you now when I was younger, I would have been in a much better place, you know? And it's a cruel world out here, unfortunately. There are people who don't want to see you shine. They don't like to see you happy. They don't want to see you progress. And unfortunately, you just have to kick those guys to the curb because they're not really what you need in your life. You want someone in your life that's gonna make you feel amazing, tell you they love you, be there for you at your worst times, motivate you, inspire you. Why would you want people who are toxic? You know, it's pointless. Don't have those people in your life because again, they're toxic. So I can even be one of those people you come to because at the end of the day, I've been through it. I can empathize with you and I can definitely give you good, valid points on what you should and should not do. And if I can do that, I would be more proud. I personally have come across people who talked to me about it, but I was young. I couldn't help them because I was battling my own demons. I was in a dark place in my life. So, how can I help someone else if I can't even help myself, you know? And I felt really bad because they had it a lot worse than me, you know? But now, at this point, now I know. I know better. So now I can do better. And that's just the Kool-Aid and Ciroc. And I think that is where I will wrap it up. Well, not wrap it up like a condom wise, like wrap up the show. You know what I mean. But, anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I love you guys so much. And I will see you next time on Life with Zayy DeAndre. Mwah.